Amy Medford with Medford Knife and Tool. Knives on the table today are for Al from AZKickr. And these knives are gonna kick some ass. They're so cool. So the knives on the table are a blend of new production knives and some legacy services knives. Al, I think he swaps or maybe takes knives in, or he finds these little lucky gold mine finds and then sends them in, especially knives that are discontinued, and we add some bells and whistles to them. So today we have a blend of the two. FYI information for Al, he is in Schererville, Indiana. Company name is AZKickr. And that's about it. Check him out on the website. You can see what information we have there for Al. And in the meantime, let's see what's headed his way. All right, so this is an existing knife that Al had. He previously had his proprietary pivots. And when I say that, there are pivots that we send out to him and he embedded diamonds in. So he had those removed. I'm not sure what the status is of this knife, if it's sold or not, but it's a knife that he has had. And we just swapped out the pivots. We put PVD with brushed flats. It's a nice blend for a knife that's already got a lot of cool stuff going on. It is all PVD coated with lightning sculpting, and then we went in afterwards and polished off the tops of the lightning. So it's silver and black, PVD hard pivots with brushed flats, and a PVD. And this has been, so we do pinstriping on clips, and then we do pinstriping on clips, and this is the latter. It's got some heavy contouring and polishing, so that's got some extra work done to it. And then we move on to the Micro Praetorian T, and we did have two of these. They were slightly different. There's one on the table. So it's the S35 Vulcan drop point blade, laser engraving in the fuller, and this is our kind of, my son would call them moon craters. I love his names. Or this could be cobblestone. I think the moon craters is very fitting. And that is a challenging sculpting to do. I know it may not seem like it, but that is super cool looking. This Genesis tie was sent in by Al. It had a couple blemishes on the blade, and so we cleaned up the satin, the flats, to clean that up, and then we ended up adding lightning jimping on the spine of the blade to help clean up that. Because you know what, stuff happens, and that's okay, and we took care of them. This is kind of our, I would call this a riverbed. It looks like a riverbed. It's got some contouring on it. You've probably seen this in a video before, again, because he sent it in and we cleaned it up. Bronze hardware. The same sculpting was done on the clip to match the handles. Praetorian Swift Auto. Cool. Yep, it's got his proprietary laser engraving in the fuller, blacked out with bronze hardware and clip. Praetorian Slim Flipper drop point. We have our medieval dragon laser engraved, and I believe this wraps around. Yes, it does. So we have satined up the flats, so brushed flats. We have this very cool Chinese dragon that wraps around to the back side. Just cool and subtle. I love that. Here's the dimpling again of the moon crater again. This is a full thickness midi marauder. It's got violet down in the recesses and brushed like a copper bronze on the flats. And one of the old four buttonhole pivots that we were transitioning into our new pivots. And that's just how it is, folks. I know some people are gonna mention that and make us think about it, but that's our new proprietary hardware. So super cool midi marauder for Al. This here was sent in as a set. It used to be a rainbow fade, and we adjusted the colors on it. The fuller groove, I'm sorry, the finger grooves on the handles, took them all the way up to the top part. After you go in, after anodizing, we have limitations as to what we can do, but I think it's cool. It looks like shark fins. Love this. So this was previously a rainbow fade. We went in and made it blue, added the lightning jimping on the spine of the blade. It's got blue spacers and hardware and brushed inflamed clip. And you know, if it wasn't cool enough, we have a paired set. So if you're interested, the Marauder and the Midi. Another full-size Marauder here with twisted Predator bronze handles, S35, I'm sorry, 3V PVD Tonto blade, PVD pivots, hardware, clip, and breaker. Another Marauder, this one came through as an original. It looks a whole lot like the one that we're sending out to them already. Again, the lightning Looks so awesome on the spine of the blade. So we call that jimping. The style of sculpting is lightning. There's the fuller groove, laser engraving, and blue lightning on the handle and spring. Here's another dragon wraparound on a full-size Marauder. Tumbled handles, 3V PVD Tonto blade. So it's a reverse tuxedo with laser engraving. Another full-size Marauder. This is, you know, we came out with the Tron knife and then everybody said, oh my gosh, I love it. And then Fish, of course, he's like, I want to add some blue finger grooves. So in addition to the blue pinstriping around the handles, we went in and added the blue the blue finger grooves and the blue scalloping. Blue pinstriping carries through on the clip as well. All right, here's a legacy services that Al sent in, and there are the diamond pivots that we swapped out. This Arctica, which is now discontinued. If you are familiar with our company in the Arctica, here it is. Blue Twisted Predator. I mean, that is just so amazing. Ah, damn, that's cool. I love this knife. Originally designed for cold weather, the Arctica was named after an ice boat, and that's exactly what this is intended for. Ice fishing, chipping through ice. It's got all the heavy jimping on the back for if you have gloves on. And on this one, I don't know how much work it's gonna get. That's a super cool custom knife right there. And then the last knife on the table, we have a satin blade Raider. This is the smaller version of the TVF Breakdown Fighter. We have the multi-layered sandwich G10 handles that just fit lovely in the hand. And then that is his only fixed blade on the table. And that's a batch of super sexy customs headed out to Al Verduzco from AZKickr. Reach out to him, see what you get your hands on. Keep watching the videos. And until the next time, I'm out.